afternoon, guys. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are outside. I have me some wood here, got my miter saw, my table saw. So we are going to build something. I actually want to build a bench. It's not going to be anything extravagant or fancy, but it's going to suit the purpose that I need it for. So what we got here is just, and it's easy. It's just a couple of pieces of wood that we're going to cut down to the specs, and we are going to, after I cut it, I want to go ahead and just seal it. Since it is going to be outside, I want to make sure that it is going to last and sustain the weather. So that's what I'm going to do after. I know most people do that after they have everything put together, but I like to do mine, at least the sealing of it, prior to me assembling, and then I'll decide if I want to stain it or paint it. So we'll decide once I get the bench put together. But I did want to show you, I did make me some chairs for my outdoor deck, which is by far not completed, have a long way to go, but hopefully if you stick with me, you'll be able to see the progress that I make on my deck. But let me turn you around here just so that you can see the two chairs that I did make. And sorry, the wind is blowing out here, which feels good because it is quite hot out here today. But I built these, and then I bought the seat covers to go with it. But I thought they turned out quite well, especially since I'm not really an expert at building furniture or anything like that. I just kind of try my hand at different things. So it's been turning out pretty good, and I'm quite impressed. So if I can do it, you can do it. But anyway, let's get back to our project. So as I said, we have some wood here, and I got the pattern off of, it's a channel that I've subscribed to, and it's called the Rehab Life. I think that they have some easy, simple, that's where the chairs came from. I actually got their measurements off of that channel. So if you're interested in building something like that, or even the benches, or I think they did several other projects, but go ahead and check them out. Again, it's called the Rehab Life. Hit that like and subscribe button so that you can support their channel as well. But like I said, I got the wood. We are going to measure it. I have my measurements here as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I know that I need 3 pieces at 32 inches, so I'm going to go ahead and take the longer pieces, and we're going to go ahead and get those measured 32 inches out. And I'm going to just tell you, another person that I love following is Natalie Callahan, and she's from Design to the Nines, and as she would say, let's get powerful. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to get powerful. So I'm measuring off 32 inches here on this one, and then I need 4 pieces at 9 inches, and then I need 4 pieces at 14 3/4 inches. So we're going to go ahead and get all this cut, and then I am going to seal it, and then once it dries, we're going to go ahead and get it assembled. They do recommend that you use, let's see here, they want you to use the 2.5 inch screws, so I already got those, and then either your sanding paper, sanding block, whatever you prefer to use to smooth out your wood. So let me go ahead and get this. Don't forget to protect your eyes with your eyewear. Let's get sexy, as Nancy would say. There you go. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces at 32 inches. So let's get this measured out here. I think I'm going to have to slide my saw over. Actually, let's just flip it this way. And that's another thing I'm going to need to work on is because once I get my deck set up, I'm not going to want to have to pull all my tools and saws and stuff up here on my deck. So I want to be able to set up a space that I can just go to that spot and do what I need to do. Fortunately, I don't have a garage or anything like that. I do have a shed, but it has so much stuff in it right now that's going to be another project that if you follow me or subscribe to my channel, you'll know when I'm doing those projects as well. But what I'm doing is I'm just lining up the mark that I made on here so that I can go ahead and get the board cut. And this is going to be my template on my next one. So be careful. If you've never used your power tools before, please make sure that your hands and everything is out of the way. These are very powerful tools. So let me go ahead and get started with the cuts. First wood, easy peasy. You can do it. If I can, you can. So this is my template, and all I'm going to do is mark it off with the next one. Make sure that they are all even. Let's do it like that. All right, so we got one cut at 32. Line that up. Second cut. So we got all 3 pieces cut at 32 inches. So then I need 4 pieces at 9 inches. So let's get those cut. And I think this should be close to 9 inches. Well, yeah, so we got plenty here from the scrap. And don't throw away your scrap wood, guys, because you can always make something else out of that. And this is pretty much what these pieces were. A lot of it is from scrap wood that I had. I went ahead and I kept it. And now I'm making me a bench. So hold on to that scrap wood. So we're going to go ahead and do 4 at 9 inches. Okay. 2. We got 2 more to get. And you want to make sure that they're even, because you don't want your legs, because these are actually going to be part of the legs. So you don't want those uneven, because then you're going to have a wobbly bench. So let me cut one more at 9. Set these to the side. Alright, so we got my 4 pieces at 9 inches, and we're going to set these down here. And now I need 4 pieces at 14 and I think it was 3/4, 14 and 3/4 inches. So we need to cut 4 pieces for that. Get these out of the way. And like I said, hold on to your scrap wood, people, because it is like gold. You can always make something else with them. Alright, so 14 and 3/4 inches is right here. I should have brought my my saw out, my leveler out here, so I could measure make a straight line across, but that's okay. Yep, we're looking good. Okay, so I'm going to move all that out the way. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put the Thompson seal on here. Well, I want to sand it just a little bit. Then I'm going to put my Thompson seal on here so that we can go ahead and let that dry and then assemble. Get the sanding block. I think I'm going to try with the sanding block, because it doesn't seem like the wood is too rough. So I don't think I'm going to need my saw per se. But if you prefer getting out your sander, then by all means, whatever works for you. I just figured it's not that much, and they're not that rough. Because I think, like I said, these were scrap pieces that I had already been messing with. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, a few of them already have the Thompson seal on it. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and seal it again. But that feels pretty smooth. Just trying to get some of the rough edges off. And then even so, if after we get it assembled and I feel some rough edges, we can always go back over it, sand over it, and before sealing it. So we're good. I just wanted to get it primarily sand it down some so that when I put the seal on, I won't have to worry about trying to sand it back off. And I think once it's in the wood, it's pretty in there, so still should be good. And if you're working outside, make sure that you stay hydrated. It is quite hot out here today, so I'm making sure that I drink plenty of water so that I don't get dehydrated. Even though I got a little umbrella over me, it's still quite hot. So stay hydrated. And see, with that scrap wood, I'm also thinking about some other projects that I can actually make with those. I was watching Whiskey and Wit. That's another channel that I've subscribed to, and she was actually making outdoor furniture for her backyard or her deck. Hers turned out really nice, so that's another place, because I think she said the lady she got the template off of was Anna White. I haven't checked her channel out yet, but I will. There are so many creative, talented people on YouTube. You can find so many awesome projects that people do. And another one of my favorite people that I follow on YouTube is McKenna XO. Oh, I absolutely love what she's doing. She's renovating her 100-year-old cottage. She's doing a wonderful job. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. She's not finished, but if you haven't checked her channel out, be sure to check her channel out as well. Okay, we're getting these sanded down. It might have been a little easier if I'd have got my sander out. It's like these edges, this edge over here is really rough, so I probably have to end up going back over those or just go and get my sander. Okay, so for these longer pieces, I decided to go ahead and get the sander because I noticed there was some really rough pieces on there that my sanding block just wasn't going to get. So I decided to go and get my sander. So let's get these ends sanded and smoothed out, and we can go ahead and seal it. Alright guys, so now that I got everything sanded off, or sanded down, I'm going to go ahead and brush some of this stuff off of the table so that we can go ahead and put that Thompson seal on. And then I'm going to let that dry, and then when I get back, we can go ahead and get to building, okay? Okay, so it doesn't take a whole lot of this Thompson seal to actually seal the wood, so you don't need a whole lot. Just a light coat on there. I just pour some in a container here and use my paintbrush to brush it on. Sometimes I'll use a roller, but it's not that many pieces, so I decided I'd go ahead and just brush it on. And then once we do that, I'm going to let it sit, and then when I come back, we'll be ready to go ahead and assemble these pieces. Okay guys, so it's been about an hour, and all of my blocks have been covered with the Thompson seal on all sides, even the flat surfaces here. So now it's time for us to go ahead and assemble. So what you want to do is take 2 of your 14 3/4 pieces, and then 2 of your 9-inch pieces, and we are going to assemble this way, almost like a upside down U for the first top side. And then we'll do it for the bottom as well, but we want to leave an inch on the bottom. So we want to make sure that these are flush. And again, we are going to be using the 2.5-inch nails. And I've noticed that lately, when I've been buying the nails, that they come with their bits, which I think is fantastic. So let me get this open here. We'll go ahead and get assembled. Okay. And he didn't pre-drill any holes, so I think it's safe to say that I don't need to pre-drill any holes. we'll just go ahead and see what happens. Okay, got that in there. Let's move these out the way. I'm gonna set these behind me. I had to adjust my camera too because the sun has changed direction some, so I wanted to make sure that you guys could see me, and hopefully you can. And so let's get this secured. For me, it's always easier when I have it towards the end of the table as opposed to in the middle of a table. But let's get that flush, or as flush as possible anyway. Okay, get that first one drilled in. Well, maybe. I think for me it's a lot easier when I pre-drill the holes, because when you don't pre-drill, you run into this problem of it kind of spinning for a minute there. Alright, so far so good. Now we're going to assemble the other 9-inch piece, but we're going to leave an inch at the bottom for overhang. So we'll put that here like that. And measure an inch from the bottom. And then we'll attach the screws. And then, like I said, it just depends on you. If you want to paint it, or if you want to stain it, or you know, whatever your preference is. I think I'm gonna stain it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stain mine. One leg down, so now we got one more leg to make. Do it exactly the same way that you did it before. Okay guys, so we got both legs done. These are the legs. So now what we need to do is take 2 pieces of the 32-inch board, and we're going to lay those down here on the table. Move these. Okay. We're going to flip these upside down, and we are going to make them flush to the ends of each leg. And then we are going to secure it. So let me stick this in here. And we'll stick the last board, the 3rd board in last. Okay, so that's flush. All right, and then so we are going to put that one down there in just a minute. Let's secure these 2. So we have 2 of the legs, 2 of the boards. Now we got the 3rd board that we're going to put on here, and we're just going to slide this through, and we are going to attach the nail, or the screws, I'm sorry, and we have a bench made. Again, you want to make sure it's flush. Try to get the spacing as even as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 on these, so that I'll make sure that the boards are secure. Put 1 on the inside and 1 on the outside. So for my next project, that's exactly what we are going to do. We are going to pre-drill. So this is our bench. Turned out quite nice. Let's see. I'm gonna put it down here. Take you guys down so you can see it. And then the only thing that we need to do is throw some stain on there. Okay guys, so the bench is complete. This is what it's looking like. It is quite sturdy. Like I said, it wasn't nothing all fancy or spectacular or anything like that, but it is going to suit the purpose that I have for it out there on my front porch. Well, it's just a little porch. That's why I didn't do anything all big or extravagant. So I'm going to go ahead and stain mine. I think I want to stain it. Just a matter of which stain. I don't know if I should go dark or if I should do it a light stain, or kind of like a neutral stain. I mean, you could even leave it like this. It does have the Thompson seal on it, but like I said, I think it would look better with some color. So let's go ahead and get some stain and get it stained up so you can see what it's going to look like. Okay guys, so looking through my stash of stains, I decided to go with it's called Kona, I guess, Kona. It's kind of dark, but I think it will match with what I'm trying to do out there on the front. So let's put this one on. It says it dries within an hour, so let's give this one a shot and see what this one looks like. I think I'm gonna like, I stained something else with this and I thought it was pretty nice. It's a dark stain, but like I said, for what I'm gonna do, I think it'll work. Be prepared, guys, when you're crafting. As you see, I was not. All right, so here we go. So y'all can see, let me get a little closer so you can see how dark that is. But I think that's going to be really pretty on this bench. So, like I said, it's going to be out there in the front. So let's give it a shot, see what it's going to look like. And we'll go from there. Oh yeah, this is going to be pretty. I'm going to really like this color. There's some spots I'm going to have to go in with a paintbrush, but that's okay. I'm going to get on that side. Hold on 1 second, and I'm going to let, because I want y'all to see just how pretty this is going to look. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look how dark and rich that color is. It's a very pretty color. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stained up, guys. And once I get it stained up, I'll be back with y'all so you can see the finished product. Okay guys, so our bench has been completed. We're gonna have to let this sit for a little while so that it is dry. I will add a coat of the polyacrylic to this bench so that it's just extra coating, extra protection since it is gonna be outside. But join me in a future video so that you can see where I'm gonna put this bench and how we're gonna decorate. I thank you guys for joining me today. Feel free to comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.